Things to do in Melbourne, Collingwood edition. First up, head to Fluffy Torpedo to try some of the weirdest flavours of ice cream like blue Powerade and grape aeroplane jelly. 20% of the profits here are thoughtfully donated to charity. Next is checking out the Curium experience, Melbourne's most epic escape room full of high-tech puzzles and matching special effects. Another thing to do here is have lunch at Easy's, where you can eat burgers in a train on a rooftop. Next, check out Top Floor Gallery, a designer boutique selling pre-loved luxury and vintage streetwear. Finally, check out Chotomoto for dinner, a fun Japanese diner specializing in handmade gyozas and tasty side dishes. Let me know which suburb you want next. Things to do in Melbourne, Carlton edition. Starting off is getting the Mont Blanc at good measure. It's a famous iced coffee topped with whipped cream, grated nutmeg, and orange zest. Next, we have going to the Carlton Gardens. It's especially great on a sunny day for a nice walk or to simply sit down and enjoy the grass. Next, we have going to the Melbourne Museum, where you can see over 7 permanent galleries and even the rotating exhibits on offer. At night, check out the Ballers Clubhouse. It's a fun games bar with 360 ping pong, Neo shuffleboards, social darts, pool tables, all to enjoy while live DJ music is pumping. Finally, check out Oxy Tea Room. It's Melbourne's coolest themed high tea experience where you can solve riddles while you try out different sweet and savoury treats. Let me know which suburb you want next.
Hey, if you're new here, I'm Bianca and I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I'm an ex-elite golf athlete turned digital marketing strategist. I'm married to a guy named James, and together we have a dog named Benji. I make videos about life in Melbourne, travel, and purpose-driven living. If you're enjoying this video, feel free to join me on Instagram and TikTok as well. Alrighty, back to the video.
Things to do in Melbourne, Brunswick edition. First up is shopping at Good Buys. It's a store that lets you resell or buy high-quality second-hand clothing. Next is lunch at Juanita Peaches, a neighbourhood diner where you'll find some of the best fried chicken in Melbourne. You can also find tasty burgers and burritos. Here, you'll also find all-day donuts, where they serve up nostalgic donuts made fresh daily. My pick here is the spiced apple custard filled donut. Another place to visit is Hope Street Space. It's home to a bunch of collectibles, homewares, and knickknacks. It's such a random shop, but it's so perfect for gift shopping. Finally, check out Yukio. Instead of your regular escape room, think of it like a series of interactive story worlds where you're completely immersed in a personalized storyline. Let me know which suburb you want a video on next.
Things to do in Melbourne, Preston edition. Starting off, we have heading to the Preston market. It's an awesome local market packed with food stalls and fresh produce. Don't sleep on Tammy's Borak and the Hot Jam donuts while you're there. Next is checking out the Keys. It's a retro-style bowling alley with 12 lanes, a huge beer garden, arcade games, and pool tables. Next is shopping at Pinky's, a really cute gift store filled with fun, quirky, and high-quality items from local Australian designers. Even just browsing in here will give you a dopamine hit with how colourful everything is. Finally is hanging out at Moondog World, a massive brewery and beer garden decked out with tropical jungle-style interiors and plenty of food and drink options to enjoy. Let me know which suburb you want next.
Things to do in Melbourne, St Kilda edition. First up is heading to Black Star Pastry to try some of their beautifully designed cakes and inventive pastries. Next is taking a paddleboard lesson with Stand Up Paddle HQ. They help people get comfortable with the activity even if you're a beginner. Next is heading to Northern Soul Chip Shop, which is a British and Irish-style fish and chip shop. Bring that to the St Kilda Botanic Gardens to have a relaxing picnic in the sunshine. If you have little ones, a good place to take them is Luna Park. It's a small theme park home to the world's oldest continually operating roller coaster. Finally, it's not a trip to St Kilda unless you've had a drink at the iconic Espy, a fun place to relax and hang out with your friends on the weekend. Let me know which suburb you want next.
Today we're exploring Port Melbourne, home to piers, pigeons, and a couple of spots I was pleasantly surprised to find walking around this suburb on a random Tuesday. Here are some things worth checking out. Head to Heart Bakes to get a coffee and freshly baked cinnamon scroll. The scrolls here are soft, fluffy, and melt in your mouth. Have a go at bouldering at Blockhouse, where they've got options for classes or day passes. Met Art World is a quirky art space home to the Starry Sky exhibition and the biggest metal art gallery in Australia. Join a glow-in-the-dark sip and paint class at Paint for Fun, indoor go-karting at Oscarts Racing, and finally, the cost of living is real, so a free walk down Port Melbourne Beach towards the Princess Pier is a good way to get your steps in.
Things to do in Melbourne, Albert Park edition. To kick things off, head to Melbourne Golf Park and have a hit at their double-story driving range, get lessons, or play a game of mini-golf. Then swing by Gasworks Farmers Market for handmade cakes, fresh bread, and a wholesome morning out, only on the third Saturday of each month. I also really like PP's Kiosk for some quality takeaway fish and chips, or a beautiful meal by the beach with a local drinks list. Catch golden hour at Albert Park Lake for a stunning sunset walk. Finally, head to Wally's Wine Bar, a cozy Euro-style neighbourhood wine bar with an anchovy toast that'll melt in your mouth. Welcome to South Melbourne. Here are some of the best things you can do. First up, go on a food crawl at South Melbourne Market and don't forget to visit Agat Patisserie, Padre Coffee, and Ugo Burrito Bar. If you want to sit down for brunch, Juniper Cafe, St. Ali, or Mia Cafe are also really strong options. Find Japanese ceramics at Made in Japan, axe throwing at Lumber Punks, although I felt like this one was a bit scary. Do a sip and paint class at Champainting or play pickleball at The Jar. Let me know which suburb you want next.
Here are some of the best things to do in Hawthorn. First up is checking out the Brooklyn Nine-Nine or Stranger Things-inspired escape rooms at Rush Escape Game. Next is trying out Japanese-inspired ice cream at Corey Ice Cream. My go-to flavors here are the Hokkaido cheesecake or matcha ice cream. Next is watching a movie at Lido Cinemas, a family-run cinema playing mainstream and art house films. Another good spot to check out is Racket Club, a store that helps you make money from selling your pre-loved items or shop sustainably on a budget. I was actually really impressed by how many things you can do here, so I've left some additional suggestions in the caption below. Let me know which suburb you want next. Things to do in Melbourne, Balaclava edition. Start at Space to Be, a stunning laneway that's also a social enterprise supporting people in need through art. Then take a walk down Carlisle Street. It's home to some great local businesses, like All Things Equal, a cafe that puts inclusion at the center of everything they do, or Lulu's store where you can find cute gifts, stop by Glick's Bagels, and say hi to Rachi at Food Voyager for some cakes. Nearby, head to Up Climbing for a bouldering session or weekend climbing classes. Monk Bodhidharma has an in-house brewed chai that's creamy and rich with spice. Finally, check out Hawthorn Milk Bar, a local spot with a whole section dedicated to Irish snacks.
Welcome to Frankston. There's currently a lot of hype about Frankston, and as your unofficial Melbourne guide, I decided to spend a few days exploring here and, well, I have some notes. The first thing I didn't expect to find was this beach club. I think it's fairly new and was surprisingly very huge. Lots of room for activities, eating and hanging out. We went down to Frankston Beach and found that people are kite surfing here. There's also this huge entertainment centre with bowling and arcade games, and whilst it's technically on the border of Frankston, we also found this gelato and froyo shop which really impressed us. So after a few days of exploring, my thoughts on Frankston?
Frankston gets a bad rap, but there are some nice places here.
Things to do in Melbourne, Dandenong edition. Firstly, I have to say sorry to Tessa because she's asked for this video multiple times and I'm so sorry it's taken me this long. First is eating your way around Dandenong Market. It's one of Melbourne's longest standing and diverse markets with international street food and fresh produce at really reasonable prices. Next is checking out Le Mans Entertainment, a huge entertainment venue with go-karts, laser tag, virtual reality, mini golf and arcade games too. Next is getting the Faluda at Aga Juice, and finally check out Little India. It's a collection of restaurants, grocery stores and boutique shops all in one place on Foster Street. Let me know which suburb I should visit next. Things to do in Melbourne, Mordialloc edition. First up is Mordi Village. It's Melbourne's first official street art precinct, home to a food truck park, distilleries, breweries and other hidden gems. Next is checking out Mordialloc Main Street. It's the main hub of the neighbourhood and there's plenty of spots to eat, snack and browse. Grab drinks at La Cabra's Mexican Rooftop Bar, have dinner at Chicky Chan where they reimagine Southeast Asian dishes with global culinary traditions. Next is catching the sunset at Mordialloc Beach and Pier. And finally, we checked out the popular Mordi Fest, an annual festival packed with live music, local food trucks, and family-friendly activities. People are saying that this spot is underrated, so here's a list of things you can do in North Melbourne. If you love board games, Temple Arden is this quiet and cozy spot where you can try out new games with snacks and coffee. Food is always an important part of every weekend outing, so check out Labajo Milk Bar, Baguette Studios, and Bread Club. Tuft and Touch Studios is also a really cool spot. They have workshops where they show you how to tuff your own rug, cushion, or mirror. And finally, eat your way around Queen Vic Market with their popular night market events. Let me know which suburb you want next. Things to do in Melbourne, Werribee edition. Flowers are in full bloom this spring, so walk through the Victoria State Rose Garden to see over 5,000 roses. Just a short walk away is Werribee Park and Werribee Park Mansion, an old Renaissance-style mansion with over 60 rooms across several wings, expansive landscapes and gardens too. Werribee Open Range Zoo is also a really great spot. My favourite bit is the 40-minute safari tour where you see rhinos, giraffes and zebras along the grasslands and savannah. Next is playing mini golf with a bayside view at the Elements Coastal Activity Park. It's a good spot to bring your family or your little ones. Finally, for sunset, check out Werribee South Beach. Let me know which suburb you want next. Things to do in Melbourne, Spotswood edition. To kick things off, you're going to want to check out Candied Bakery. They've taken the classic Aussie bakery and are serving up baked goods with a twist. Be sure to get the cinnamon rolls and the bourbon and pecan pie while you're there. Close by, you'll also find the Melbourne Planetarium. They host special events on Friday nights where you can enjoy a drink and watch full dome film screenings with reclining seats and a surround sound system. Another fun spot to check out is Graceland. It's Melbourne's largest permanent food festival with over 45 shops and a bunch of different cuisines to enjoy. The food here is a little pricey, but it is a fun day out with tons of options and plenty of live music. Finally, if you have little ones, a good place to take them is Science Works. It's a science and tech museum designed to help you understand how things in our everyday life work. Here you can expect interactive exhibits, a lightning room, and of course the Melbourne Planetarium. Let me know which suburb you want next.
Your perfect guide to Abbotsford in under 30 seconds. Start at Camp's kiosk at the Abbotsford Convent with a coffee or a meal. I love getting a spot outside for a bit of quiet time too. Close by, walk the Dites Falls Loop. It's an easy and scenic walk that's just under 5 kilometres long. Go up shopping at this massive Salvo's. It's home to a huge selection of secondhand clothes, homewares and furniture. Try a cooking class at Otayo Kitchen, where you get expert chef guidance with over 10 cuisines to choose from. Finally, bring the little ones to Collingwood Children's Farm, a not-for-profit that lets you get up close with farm animals. Let me know which suburb you'd like to see next.